Budget Bits.
Let's get it.
Welcome back to episode 12 of season 2, episode 12 of Budget Bits. I am Short and Justin Birchfield.
You're short?
I'm Short
I-
and Justin Birchfield.
I am middle. And Dylan Lakes?
I am middle.
Yes. That's what I'm going with.
I reckon I'm the tallest. Tyler Chambers.
You're not that tall.
Taller than you.
I'm taller
Yo,
than you.
step up to me when you win in golf.
All right. Now he's throwing fighting words out now, bro. Anyways, this is Budget Bits. We like to talk about video games here, and mostly video games that are $20 or less. We like to find a cheap deal and tell you if it's good or not. And this one is posted on Halloween. It's just been processing on our website for about 2 weeks. So if you look at the published date, that's why it's been down for like
We're still using dial-up. Sorry for the delay.
2 weeks. No, we actually have a real reason. We decided on a game before Halloween. We're planning on recording, blah, 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 blah. You know how it goes. Well, then we played the game that we decided upon.
And it was...
Yeah. Dylan, you want to talk about it?
And it was not great.
Oh, it's pretty bad.
But we're going to talk about it a little bit.
A little bit.
We did play a game. We did find a good game to bring to folks at home.
Yes, there's a game we recommend at the end of this one, which, if you looked at the title, you already know what it is. So,
Fair.
But the game that we did not like, we're not going to say this right the whole time, so if you are offended by it, I don't know. Click off. Alkurai is the name of the game. Alkurai.
That's gotta be how you pronounce it.
Alkurai.
That's right.
Can't think of anything else. They say it one time in the intro video cutscene. And yeah, I don't even know if that's how you said it or not, but it was
A game
that is on Steam. And it actually sparked our discussion question that we're going to have at the end of this episode, which is basically, when are games, or at what point are games abusing the use of the early access feature? Just putting that title at all on their game. Because this was basically a prototype of a full game.
Yeah. What's the difference from posting just an unfinished game and calling it early access, or posting an actual finished game that's just at the start of its like season and you're adding to it?
Yeah. Something that you can play, get a lot of enjoyment out of, and go, yep, that was worth my money to pay for that.
Yeah.
So I would be fine if it stayed right here.
I must be in the minority. I thought it was a decent game. Now, I know
for one level,
I know I'm in the minority for that, but what it offered, yeah, it was good. I mean, it obviously had its bugs, and the price was way too high.
But,
well, the price was what, 7 or 8?
Yeah, but it should have been.
But we got an hour and a half of gameplay out of it, and we were done.
Right.
Yeah, but it's
and to explain, well, we should probably explain what type of, like, briefly, what type of game this is, because to me, this is very much like walking simulator horror game, multiplayer. Everyone has to find a thing to interact with another thing to eventually get rid of what's haunting the area you're in.
Well, if you listen to us play Labyrinthine, it was basically trying to be that. And it didn't. I guess in me and Dylan's opinion, I don't think it did it too well. But it just was so buggy. I didn't like it at all. I guess Tyler did.
If the guy came back, or guys, people, whatever, if they came back, worked on it, actually, like, you know, kind of progress it the way Labyrinthine did, then yeah, I think it's going to be a good game. That's a big if,
That's
though.
what I'm trying to say right now, though.
Yeah, like what you played right now, face value, was it worth your money?
Well, no.
Oh, that's what we're trying to say.
But
that's what we're saying.
No, you
I
all
think
are
that's the
saying
whole point of the discussion
you all are
question.
basically saying you wasted time playing this game. I don't feel that way.
I did, because there was one level in it.
I don't feel that way.
Really?
Yeah, I don't feel like I wasted time. I thought what we played was pretty good. I mean, all things considered.
I had fun with you guys.
Yes, I think I had fun because I was playing with you guys, and that was it, not because of the gameplay.
Right. I would agree, because like I'd say halfway through, I feel like there was nothing more that was surprising. It was one monster running after you, and you run away, and that was pretty much it.
And we pretty much outsmarted the monster halfway through it.
Yeah. Well,
unless it was glitching out and camping one spot.
Yeah, and camping the entrance to and I'm stuck at the beginning. Yeah, but and don't get me wrong, like I said, I had fun with you guys. I don't think we wasted time per se. Like I had a good time with you guys, but could we have been playing a better game like the next game we're going to talk about? Yes. I would say yes.
But anyways, we're not going to talk about that anymore because, well, that's not the focus of the episode. So, anyways, the game we are going to be talking about, and you probably have seen this before, because we're on spooky time, kind of pushes it a lot more. Demonologist. That's what we're going to talk about. So, yeah. Tyler, do you want to talk about that?
Sure.
Yeah, tell us about it.
All right. So, Demonologist is a exorcise the demons
type room is clean
type game. I'll just read the quick Steam and then I'll talk more about it. Okay. Co-op horror game that can be played with at least 1 and up to 4 players. Your goal is to identify the type of evil spirit in cursed places and exorcise it using the equipment, either alone or with your team. So, this game, you can play by yourself up to 4 players. There's a good variety of maps. You go into, whether it be a house, whatever the level is. You got to figure out a type of ghost that's in there based off of your starting equipment. So in this game, you have like an EMF reader. What is
spirit box?
Yeah, what is it called? Spirit box. Yeah. They say gearbox, speaker box.
Yeah, gearbox.
Gearbox. And different tools like that. So they all play their own roles, and the ghosts will interact with you in specific ways pertaining to whatever it is, that time that you play it. So if I had to guess, there's probably like 20 to 30 different types of ghosts or demons.
There's like, I'd say,
I think it was 30.
Was it 30?
I
thought
think
it was
it's
like
three.
mid-20s.
I think it's 3 columns. I think it's 3 columns of 10.
It was 2 columns.
Well, it depends on what list you were looking at, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was 2 different lists. But yeah, anyways, keep going. I'll confirm.
Yeah,
I'll confirm.
There's like 20 to 30 different demons, and like I said, they all interact differently. It gives you descriptions on, how they act. And they're never in the same area of, for instance, the first level is a house. They're never in the same room. They never act in the same way. The environment setup stays the same. But as far as how it actually plays is completely different every time. So very, very easy game to, just jump right into to play. You just move around the house until something spooky happens. And then you got to go into more depth detail of, okay, we need to figure out what type of demon is in this house. And we can, like I said, use the speaker box so it can kind of interact with us. You ask basic questions, are you here? Give us a sign, things of that nature.
There are 24 ghosts, by the way.
24. So, heck of a variety. Now,
yeah.
I know 2 of them that have no description on them. And you don't know, the only thing if it could be that demon is based off of how they interact with your equipment.
I actually have an interesting question about that since you brought it up. Because I wonder, so I can't remember which one had no. Oh, it was the boogie one.
There's
Guipo? Yeah, Guipo and
Boogie. Okay, we'll use Guipo. We'll use Guipo as an example. But it says you have no available data at this moment. So, once we find a Guipo, will it fill it in?
Oh no. I'm on the wiki.
Oh no!
Right now,
Oh, it
and
won't.
it's like it says there's no in-game weaknesses, no in-game strengths listed.
Yep.
Oh, so it's
so you don't know if you can outrun it.
Stuck,
you don't know
bro.
if you can hide. You just you got to get to the
scary
safe
in and of
zone.
itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wondered if when you found it, if it would like give you a description after that.
No.
Nah, we just stuck in the dark. No
We
pun
stuck
intended.
in the dark. Yeah.
So.
Well. Gotcha.
But yeah, being a little bit delayed from Halloween, but we played this game pretty dang close to it. The genre horror matched up perfectly because we all got our fair share of jump scares multiple times.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So
Justin can go
we've been
first.
trying to we've been trying to avoid it. Well, we can talk about the elephant in the podcast right now. It sounds a lot like another game.
It wasn't that bad, dude. Alcari, it has
sorry,
potential.
Sorry. No. Listen, I'm not dropping this Alcari thing.
We'll come back to it. We'll circle back.
No, if you have been listening and you have played the other game that we're trying not to mention, we'll mention it now. Yes, it is a Phasmo clone,
But better.
Yes. So that's what we're going to talk about. The items in there are basically all the same except for the ectoplasma.
Plasma.
Ectoplasma
plasma glass.
Identifier, which
that and the ESG.
Oh yeah. No. They
Is
have
there something similar?
It's like a dots projector.
Oh, but that's a little different.
It's a little different, but it's still the same thing. Like you see
Same
the
idea.
ghost image in there. Yeah, it's the same. But the ectoplasma, I don't think there's anything like it besides fingerprints, but that's already covered.
No, and
by
that one
baby
is
light.
subtle, dude.
Yeah.
That's hard.
So-
and when he said phasmo, he's meaning phasmophobia.
No, phasmophobia. Sorry.
If you have not heard of the game, I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, so that game came out in 2020 and it blew up.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
COVID.
it was basically one of the top played games on
for a while,
Twitch
dude.
for a while.
Yeah.
It was crazy how many people were playing.
I think it was top on sales and on Steam for like a good hot minute too.
It was insanity. But if you've never played it, play it. I think it has its.
Yeah.
It's good to go back to that one and play that one. I think you should also play Demonologist. Obviously, that's why we're talking about it now. So I think a big difference is how the game scares you compared to Phasmophobia. And I'm going to refer to it as Phasmo from now on. I think Phasmo does a great job of having subtle, environmental, slow burning scare.
It's more ominous.
Ominous. You don't like the environment you're in. Like when you walk into the Phasmo house, and I can distinctly remember this first time playing it. When you walk into a house, there's like this like white noise that goes on in the house,
dude.
and it just messes with you, man. Because it's just constantly there the whole time.
It's just unsettling.
Yeah.
Just enough.
But yes, like you'd see stuff move on the walls, but it'd be like really subtle, or like a voice or something behind you, and the ghost would like actually talk to you and like where you're at. But I mean, the ghost does that in Demonologist, but it's just really subtle and silent, and not like, oh, I'm just walking down the hallway and bah, there you go, you just got jump scared, which is what Demonologist definitely leans into. So, do you all like that or dislike that, or indifferent on it?
I like both styles, honestly, but I think what I like about Demonologist is it almost seems more random. Like the jump scares and stuff that happen one way once, and you never, at least in our gameplay of it, which we've put in, I would say at least for 5 hours into it, right?
Yeah, we
4
put
hours.
5.5 hours into it.
It felt
I
like
put
every
5.5,
single.
Sorry.
It felt like every single game was a unique experience to me. But I liked the jump scares, and I liked the ghosts interact with you in a different way than Phasmo. Phasmo, like you said, was more subtle, whereas this one will literally start talking to you, singing to you, counting down to you, which is I didn't know that was scary, but yeah, a ghost just going 5, 4.
Yeah, you're like, wait,
It's
hold up,
horrifying.
you little stinky. What are you doing?
Rush into the
slow down.
safe zone.
Slow down. I'm not out of the house yet, bud. But yeah, they talk to you. There's a Ouija board in the game that you can find, and you actually physically ask it a question, and it answers it. You say, "Hey, where are you?" And it'll sit there and like spell out ballroom or the study or the
I will
living
say
room.
this too, and I forgot to mention it.
Just-
Phasmo has had it
That's true.
since we've played it, and
Arrow.
cards and other cursed items, but we haven't played Phasmo in a while, so.
That's fair. And I think both games are great in their own right, but I felt like this one was unique to me.
Yeah.
Even like the fact that they made a game so close to Phasmophobia but still feel like its own thing is, to me, an accomplishment.
Oh yeah, it's got its own style. I think they both stand great in what they're trying to accomplish.
See, what I liked about this game, and granted, I didn't play a lot of Phasmo like you two, but just from what I can remember, I don't think it had this element. But in Demonologist, not only do the ghosts interact with you, the whole environment has Easter eggs of its own that you can like interact with. And I'm not gonna, I'll tell you two after this recording if you want to know, but like I looked up some Easter eggs to do in the game, and it is actually insane because like I said, not only do you interact with the ghost, you interact with the environment, and it can change around you, which is really cool.
Yeah, because I like the moments that like the environment changes. Like you're walking down a hallway and all of a sudden it just shifts and there's bones hanging from the walls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So unsettling and so so jarring.
Yeah.
Especially when we were in. I don't know if Tyler got to see this one, but me and Justin were in a room, and the middle pillar, like just holding up a wall, instantly changed, flames everywhere, like flesh everywhere, and like an altar.
Yeah, it was like a flesh altar with bones hanging everywhere.
And it only lasted like, I don't know, 30 seconds.
Not
and
even that.
was gone. And it was just,
No, it was
like 5.
3 seconds.
It felt longer.
Maybe.
But anyway, but it's just enough to jolt you.
Yeah.
And I think that's the word. I think that's the Demonologist just jolts.
And that's the thing is like
Whereas,
this game, it gives you jump scares, but like it's not overly done, and it's actually good jump scares.
And it's in a clever way though. It's not just a hey boom.
Yeah.
It's like but yeah, the hallway shifting, the environment changing, I thought was really, really, really
There is one I will say real quick. It's not really a spoiler, and it's not really going to scare you, but just give you an idea of how, like, if you play this game, definitely pay attention to the environment. But in the first level, there's a long hallway, and in that hallway there's a sign on the chair. We didn't do this because we didn't know. There's a sign on the chair.
Man.
It says, "Will you play?" and question mark. It's question marks with me. If you say the word ball, if you speak it into your mic, if you say, "Will you play ball with me?" there is like a beach ball colored soccer ball comes rolling down the hallway to you, and a little girl laughs.
Oh,
dude,
I love that.
Dude,
that's cool.
So
it's the small little detail.
I wouldn't have figured that out, but that's
that's the thing is like you don't know that the word is ball.
I think you should explain the one that we found. I guess that sent you down this rabbit hole real quick.
Yeah.
Before we forget it.
The one that I found?
Want me to
you're the one that did it, so yeah.
Okay. What I think this is like the second or third.
Second.
Well, you unlock them at the same time, so.
You do, but there's a top floor and there's a bathroom in one of the bedroom, like connected to a bedroom. You go in, and on the mirror, it in blood says Bloody Mary on it.
And I shouted out.
And I heard I heard one of you talk.
I said,
about
"Say it." I said, "Say it 3 times."
If you know
coward.
If you know, what is it? A movie? The old movie, or an old?
I thought it was just old
saying.
It's a
horror
old
thing.
wives' tale
Yeah.
kind of thing. But yeah, the old wives' tale is when you say Bloody Mary 3 times into a mirror, like
You gotta have the lights out in the bathroom.
You get got.
She appears
And
behind you and kills you.
And so, I mean, I didn't even question it and did it, and I didn't think anything. I thought a small part of me is maybe something happened, but probably not.
Yeah.
And I say Bloody Mary 3 times, and the mirror just completely shatters, and blood soaks the wall, and the whole bathroom is pretty much red, and still with the words Bloody Mary on it. But it interacted with hearing Bloody Mary 3 times.
I love that.
Yes.
Really,
I loved
really
it.
cool.
Because I was with Nevin.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nevin.
That's me.
And we were downstairs. And I think you and Tyler were together. But I shouted. I said, say it 3 times. Say it 3 times, you coward. And you could hear each other pretty well in this one, which is actually another big difference from Phasmophobia. You can basically talk to each other in the entire house.
Yeah.
Now, you got to be somewhat close. You can't be top floor
maybe not the
and basement.
entire house, but
the range from Phasmo, where it's if you're standing across the room from each other, that's the max. You could stand opposite ends of the house and be
Phasmo's. I will say Phasmo's is definitely more realistic.
Yeah, they leaned into the radio more, which is I like that more because again, it's more the subtle whole oh God, no one's around me. Where is everybody?
Yeah,
and part of and I liked the radio, the static and stuff. It just added to the.
But
I don't know, the
anyways, hearing you, I said you say it 3 times, and after we hear you go, it's just really quiet. It's Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody, and then you hear ah! And then I was oh my God, I love this game so much.
And
I ran out and was oh my God, it did it.
And what's cool about that is I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, that was the first and only time we figured out, the environment interacts with you. So, like I said, you gotta really pay attention to some things that's in the levels, and actually, if you see a word, say it. Yeah.
Because I'm sure it was that after we got off, Tyler's ooh, I gotta look up Easter eggs.
Yeah. Yeah, that and
real quick. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, just in the actual safe house that you start in, when you load up your equipment and stuff, there's one there.
Oh, yeah. What? Well, let's not spoil too many of them, but sweet. But anyway,
we're just gonna find Tyler. We're just gonna find Tyler in random corners.
Yeah,
just starting shouting incantations at the corner.
Guys, come here, check us out.
Chicken nugget, chicken nugget.
He's gonna be in the kitchen going, chubby bunny, chubby bunny.
Yo,
no, I swear, an Easter bunny appears.
Somebody died. It's an Easter. It's actual Easter egg.
Hey,
chubby bunny 3 times.
Real quick before we get too far into our next talking point, the objectives from Phasmophobia to this game.
This was awesome.
Blatantly obvious. This one there's way more expanded on the objectives.
Yeah.
I was gonna say there's one big difference.
This was great.
If you know Phasmo, and again, we haven't played Phasmo in a while, so this could have changed. So we're just basing this off 2021 knowledge. I know it's over 2 years ago. Oh my gosh, that's even sad to think that. But basically, it was go into the house, find the evidence, identify the ghost, get the freak out, and don't die.
That's Phasmo.
That was Phasmo. You could find optional objectives, which didn't really. It was just basically more money. That was the only thing. Take a picture of a bone.
Yeah,
that was it.
Take a picture of your dead friend.
Yeah, yeah, that was always main objective.
Which always seemed rude.
Yeah, I know. Just imagine in real life, your buddy you just walked into this house with gets mangled and crumpled and thrown to a wall, and you go over, and just walk out.
I gotta get a picture of that.
I got a picture of him.
That's going on the fridge.
Do you want to explain that, Dylan?
The big difference?
The objectives, yeah.
Okay, so the biggest difference between the objectives is, Phasmo, you found the ghost, you figured out what it was, you got the crap out of there and said, hey, it was the Oni, you win. Well, this one has extra objectives, which, of course, you do need to identify the ghost first, but once you do that and you do it correctly,
you don't have to do it correctly.
As long as you identify.
Have to do it.
See, I thought that when I said it. I guess you
don't even have to do it correctly. You can go in and just make a random guess and then start the optional objective.
Well, either way, after you make your guess,
you do get penalized for doing that, though. So
right or wrong, you'll get another set of objectives, which are like they're more extra, and it's to exorcise the ghost or demon that you're hunting. And there's very different things you have to do. There's quite a there's one where you have to like complete the pentagram. You have to collect fingers. You're collecting dust, ghost orbs,
salt bags,
boiling rats,
boiling dead rats. Yeah, that was one.
It's quite a bit, but it's
take a picture of the ghost. That's a hard one to do. I don't know how to do that one in Live.
And I would say at that point in the game, it seems like it's more progressed. Like it seems like it's gotten more intense. No matter what ghost you were hunting, it seems more active.
Oh yeah, you might have a party member already down by this point.
Yeah, and we definitely did.
Definitely have. We've tried to do this solo, and it's just impossible to do.
Solo, yeah. And let's go ahead and and also point out that we have only played on easy mode, and even easy mode, guys,
it's so hard.
Yeah, you did not need to dox us like that,
bro.
Come on, man.
It's so hard. I know.
I think it should be called normal.
That is so hard. I mean, once we got 4 or 5 hours into it, we started getting a handle on it, but not to the point where I'm like, oh yeah, let's bump this difficulty up.
Yeah, I don't know if we're ready.
This is Goo Goo Gaga mode now.
One day we'll be ready.
Yeah.
The exorcising the demons, we were able to, I think, do this twice.
Yep.
It is, to me, it seems like a difficult feat. There's a challenge to it. You don't have to do it. It is definitely optional. Like you can just guess the ghost and get the heck out of Dodge and get your money, and be able to afford other things and unlock other things. And that's cool and good, but being able to actually exercise it is pretty cool. And it adds a new spin on it being like Phasmophobia. It sets it a little bit apart from it and gives you a little bit more to look forward to in a round.
Yeah.
But what did you guys think about the exercising part?
I love that. I love the expanding onto it because you get to basically do resource management. Like, hey, how many people are dead? How many resources? What's our sandy look like? So.
Well, and to me, it adds strategy because up till then, you really don't have strategy besides just trying to find everything.
Hold your equipment.
It's more of a scavenger hunt at that point. But this, me and Justin were the last two in one. And he's like, I've already got 2 fingers. I'm going to hit the workshop and go to the basement. Oh. You go to the far end.
We should probably explain you had to grab 5 fingers and take it down to the basement.
5 of them. So, but that's what I mean, though. We had to strategize. I'm going this way. I'm going to do this. Yeah. Because it is so intense. One of us could die at the drop of a hat.
So. It was super fun to do.
Here's the only thing I will say about that whole exercising thing. And I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent about it. And it may change with difficulty. I don't actually know. But when you all did exercise that demon, you knew you had to get 5 fingers because it's on the objective board when you start the level. However, when you die in this game, you become a ghost and you can run freely throughout the house. You can still talk to your teammates. So I played Recon. Me and Nevin played Recon and went and looked for the other fingers while they stayed in the safe zone. So all they had to do was barge into the house. They knew exactly where to go, and then take it to the altar, sacrifice the fingers, exorcise the ghost. That
you say you're indifferent. I did not like that you can do that.
That's what I mean.
But I just wanted to exorcise the demon one time.
I felt like it makes it too easy to do the exorcism. Because
I know the point is to keep the dead player still involved.
Right. So I feel like we shouldn't be able to see the fingers if anything. We can still talk to you, that's fine, but take away our advantage to see. They even lit up for us. So, I mean, that kind of defeated the whole purpose of the difficulty factor of this game that in the beginning is hard.
And to clarify, Phasmophobia, when you die, you can't talk to
yeah, that was kind of...
Yeah.
Which
but you can interact still.
You can interact. You can kick a can
throw
around.
Cans at them, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can talk to your dead friends, so you hope someone dies pretty quickly.
It's I like both, but I get, it did seem it seemed like it
Ghosts
seemed
shouldn't
cheating.
be able to that easily interact with the environment and the players that are alive.
Like I said, that may change with difficulty though. We don't actually know.
That could, yeah. Actually,
we played Google Gaga mode, so we don't know.
Maybe that is what made
and we
it
still had
easy mode. Oh yeah, ton of fun.
All right. Anyways, I think that's it for the differences we wanted to talk about. Oh, go ahead.
Going back to the exorcism thing, I wish it. I don't know what exactly, but I wish it did just a little bit more, because it just kind of seemed like, for instance, when you all did it, you threw the fingers in, like a demon appeared, went down on the floor, and that was it. We just left.
Well, it was just the statue that was in the opposite corner. Did you even notice that?
Oh no, I didn't.
It was just a statue that was in the basement. It just kind of moved over there, went up, went down, and then went back to its place.
I wish it did. Like I said, I don't know what exactly, but I just wish it did a little bit more, as opposed to, okay, you did that, the demon's gone. I don't know exactly, but there could have been something, I think.
Well, that end, we haven't done them all.
Yeah.
So maybe there's some that are more.
You know what one really sucked was the other one we did, and again, not to get too much spoiler territory, but I mean, like, literally when you load up the map, you'll see it there, so it's not much of a spoiler. But I forget what it was called. It was like something wood house, thornwood.
Yeah.
House.
Snakewood,
I don't know, something like that.
Deadwood.
Was it Deadwood? Maybe.
Sure.
I don't know. Either way, one of the maps with Exorcism was set the clocks in the house to the time of death of the ghost. That's super cool. That. But it was, I was dead during this. So again, we did the whole, I was scouting out for clocks.
Because I had to find the time.
Yeah. Someone set the final one and it just went dong, dong. And we're like, oh snap, something's happening. But that was it.
That was it. We just
like
left
4 times. So it was like, all right, you exorcise the demons.
I mean, yeah.
I was like, oh.
Yeah.
That's it?
That one felt a little lackluster. But I did like the whole, like,
that
find
was
the
cool.
time part. Because you had to look through the ectoplasm.
It was a lot of buildup, though, for just
I feel like, okay,
chimes.
What would have been really cool is if they involved it to your sanity. So the lower sanity, the less time you got to get out of the house. So if your sanity was like 12 and you did all this, and by the time you try to get to the front, if it hits 0, you go completely insane and you just like collapse. Yeah. The door is locked for you. That'd be cool.
Make it a time sensitive issue. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. Another difference that I liked better, because I always was, and this, I've played Phasmophobia within like a year or two.
Okay.
Like I've replayed it since then. Even then, your death animation was always the same.
Yeah.
Exactly the same. The little fingers come up over your eyes.
And then
same
you see
thing,
a little video.
And that's it. It's always the same. This one, I had at least like, I think 3 or 4 different like unique death animations.
I never died.
Yeah.
So.
And I know it's silly, like it's kind of trivial, but it's just nice not seeing the same exact thing every time.
Yeah. This game definitely makes me want to play Phasmophobia again, though. We'll say that.
Yeah.
I'd rather just play Demonologist.
I think they're both great.
Yeah, they're both great in their own right. All right. Any more differences, or are you going to move on to the next thing?
I'm good.
Good.
All right. So I think we should make this. We have in our notes favorite moments, but I think sake of time, favorite moment.
Sure.
What we should do.
Sure.
So, Tyler, this could be, I don't know. This could be favorite funny moment. This could be favorite scary moment. I know my favorite funny moment for sure, and I think Tyler already knows it too.
Mm-hmm.
But
might be my scaredest.
Maybe.
That was definitely the
and
best
I think I know
moment.
my scariest moment too. So I don't know. What do you want to do? Do you want to do favorite scary, favorite funny, both?
I think my favorite moment is my scaredest moment too.
Do both if you got it.
The same.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead, Dylan. You want to start us off, or me, or anybody?
Well, okay. I'll start because I think dude, God, it got me so bad last time we played too, and it was just this round, and I swear it caught me. Like I was already really scared before all the rest of it happened, but I mean, it's like some woman in rags, like just showed up in my face as soon as I like glanced down at my keyboard, and it just shooketh me. And I was already like freaking out, running around, and I think Justin decides, oh yeah, the ghost doesn't really do anything unless you're alone. Bye, Dylan.
I said, thanks for volunteering.
And they walk out, shut the door, and I'm standing there, and I go, okay, bye, from Frozen. And I mean, count to 5 and I'm dead. Like instantaneous, like went to hunt and just demolished me. And like they didn't even make it down the hallway without hearing me like scream.
So I guess it's probably, Tyler, I guess one of your funniest moments there too.
Oh yeah, that was the funniest moment for sure.
Yeah, so it's
always me dying.
Perfect, because
in these games
you could hear everything that's happening as me and Tyler are like, all right, deuces, bye, love you, closing the door on him. And all you hear is like, it's okay, bye, getting quieter and quieter as we're getting away. And I think you're right on the money. It was not 5 seconds later. You're like, hunt starts, we hear death, it's over. And we're like, all right, Dylan's dead, oops.
See, what made it so funny is because that literally happened in like 10-15 second span. So it was like, we walk in this room, we lock him in there, we're walking away, our flashlight starts flickering, and we're like, uh-oh. And then Dylan's just like, guys, that's it.
Then dead.
But if you all actually want to know or see or watch that action, we're going to post it as a clip on our YouTube and Facebook.
Yes.
So be on the lookout for that.
I can't wait to relive it. It's going to be great to relive.
I think we'll probably compile some kind of compilation of scary moments we've had in here, because it was a ton.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you watched our YouTube content, you know we're slacking on it.
Fair.
So
we try, guys.
We're just backlogging.
So what's your favorite scary moment then, Dylan?
Yeah, that was my favorite and scariest moment for sure. Nice. Because like I said, that was even before that was the most scared I had been in that game up till then, and then that happened on top of it. So it was just a bad round for your boy. All right.
Yeah, it was a bad round for you.
Yes.
I think you all probably already know my scariest moment, but I'm gonna relive it again. PTSD here. So they have this awesome new tool, the ectoplasma finder, and it's just like a little peep glass that you look through. So what would you say it takes up when you're looking through it? Maybe like an eighth of your screen, maybe
it's a small circle. It's a small circle in the middle of your
screen.
So
you probably get where I'm getting out of this one. You kind of got to hyper focus on one spot on your screen. So I'm just looking around for these white stains. Keep a clean mouth. You're looking around, and I enter this room, and I am just a humble ghost investigator searching around, and I turn and I look at this dress, and if you play the game, you will know what dress I'm talking about. This dress, and as I look directly at it, a creepy crawly girl comes chasing after me at 100 miles an hour, and Dylan said, what did you say?
I said your soul left your body. I was a floor above you and heard you.
I screamed like a little girl.
And that's what was great.
Goosebumps.
And that's what was great about it, because like a few weeks prior, we had went to Kings Island.
Yes.
And we went through like a haunted house thing, and someone got Justin.
Bad.
And it was the exact, and yeah, he punched the wall.
Punched the wall bad. Like he really got me.
Very, very funny. And I'm telling you, these were identical screams.
Yeah, that was.
What also made
soul left my body.
What also made that moment good was that this was in the beginning of the game, so we didn't know like how the jump scares, if any, were gonna be.
Yeah.
We quickly found out.
And I never saw that jump scare ever again.
I did see it. Yeah, besides
Tyler saw it by himself though.
No. I wasn't even by myself. Too. It went through Dylan.
You were the only person that saw it. Yeah.
It went through Dylan. He's like, what happened?
Oh, no, that is right.
Hear it.
I didn't see it on my screen, man.
Because it makes noise.
Yeah.
And you were just like, oh my God, did you see that? And we're like, no, what are you talking about?
It must have been based off my sanity, if I had to guess.
It must have been, because that's awesome.
Yeah.
I do get what you're saying about the ectoplasm glass because you got to focus.
You got to focus.
And I felt like I ended up using that more than I think any other item.
Yeah.
Because it was tough.
Yeah, we all eventually got our tools that we just grabbed every single time.
Yeah.
All right, Tiller.
Scary
moment.
Favorite scary moment was, we were all. Okay, so like Dylan mentioned earlier, it happened. The room that happened with the skin altar and all that stuff. Same room. We were all in that room searching because we knew it was the hot spot for the ghost, I think, or somewhere around there. Anyways, so we're in there searching, and we notice the hunt is starting because lights are flickering. Well, me and Nevin stay in the room, so we shut our lights off and we're crouching, and he didn't. I moved to a corner, and he just kind of moved a little bit out of the way, just kind of in the middle of the room. So I'm sitting there and I'm watching him. And next thing I know, I see his body lifting up. And for all you Stranger Things fans out there, how Vecna handles his victims and how he looks, that's kind of what happened here. So he gets hoisted in the air, he dies, and then after he dies, there's like this weird coffin split in two vertically, and there's a body standing there. And then it flashes away, it disappears. That moment was so creepy because, like, when the hunt starts, you don't know if you're gonna die or not. And then I was just lucky, that he died, not me. But it was cool. It was really cool to see. I don't even know what that would be called. I don't know if that was the demon. I guess probably had to been. But that was one of my
I don't know.
Favorite moments for sure. One of them. Nice.
I don't think Nevin liked it too much, but I enjoyed it.
No. Well, he didn't have to see all the stuff you saw.
Yeah.
Maybe he did like it. So I think our last talking point, or only one of two, I think we've kind of talked about it already. Basically, we have how scary is it, and I'd say it's what would you say? 0 out of 10 on the spookometer.
Spookometer?
Yeah, just a spookometer rating, not game rating. Spookometer rating.
It's got to be at least an 8.
I'd say it's an 8. Yeah, that's where I would put it at 8.
On a scale of, do I play this game with the lights on or off? I don't play them with the lights off anymore. That first night we played, I jokingly said, like, it's a scary game that you don't want to take a hoodie off at night and then go to bed, because, like, that was a legit fear of mine that first night. I was in a dark kitchen taking my hoodie off, and I was, like, racing to bed. Because I just saw the creepy crawly that Justin interacted with, and I was like, that's the last thing I want to see. So
it's like you go to turn the lights off and chase.
Yes, the shadows chase
down, so the darkness doesn't get you before you get to bed.
Dude, this game got me pretty good that first night for sure. I can see.
Sounds like 9 or 10 for you if it actually affected you IRL.
Yeah, I don't think it would hold up just because I have played it enough now. But in the beginning. Yeah. Absolutely 9 and 10. I've not been that freaked out, even from like a movie, in a very long time.
And this is for sure going to be one. I mean, I think it's obvious how much we've talked about it, but that we're going to go back to because we still have yet to unlock all the maps. I think we got half of them.
Maybe.
Yes,
if that,
half of them. Yeah, and we only played the 2 ones we unlocked one time just because we were running out of time for the night.
Yep.
Right. So that's exciting, and it's always good to have a good. I like co-op horror games, like this, so it's good to have it in the back pocket.
All right, so last thing we've talked about a lot of good.
Mm-hmm.
We can talk about some bad. All right, what did we personally not like about it? We did have one, and this just could have been a hiccup. We had one encounter where basically, I think we had 2.
Oh yeah,
one hiccup where literally just everybody's game exploded on them. I mean, we couldn't join the lobby or nothing. It just soft locked us, and we had to reset.
It was a full restart,
full nuking of the game.
But that did only happen.
It happened once. So that's what I'm saying. I don't think it had any bugs per se.
Yep.
Yeah,
I don't remember any bugs. the only thing I can think of that I just didn't like is kind of trivial and not really. I didn't like how the menu setup was between the 3 screens.
Yeah, the
I
UI
found it
could
to be
use some work.
Yeah, I found that to be a little cumbersome because I'm like, okay, which screen had this?
Yeah, just put it
which
all
screen
on
had
one.
this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just put it on one, make it where you can go up to it and interact with it.
Another thing on the UI too is like going to like, I know me, if you heard the last episode, oh my gosh, I love customization and cosmetics. But this one didn't charge anything for it because I paid for the game. Anyways, sorry, we're here now. Just go in to customize the character. I went to that menu like 3 times, and every time I'd be like, how the freak do I customize my character?
Yeah.
Because when you go to like buying stuff, it's like in the bottom right, just like snuck away. You're just like, oh, you gotta look way down here. Like,
it's very odd.
I'm not looking down there to customize my character. I'm looking at my character to customize my character.
Yeah.
I feel like that, and we already mentioned how we kind of didn't like that you can talk after you die.
Yeah, we didn't like that one. I think this is a good time to mention it now for me. Obviously, there was a variety of jump scares, like throughout the house and and the environment changing and stuff. But I didn't really talk to you all about it, so we can talk about it now. But did you all get to a point you were just like, okay, I know it's a possibility that this could move. I know it's a possibility that this is going to happen here. Obviously, sometimes it startles you because you're like, oh, it happened. But there's a chair in the hallway
that always moved.
It scoots, yeah. And like every time I got to the point, I was just like, I saw it move. I was like, all right, yeah, you freaking move the chair. Let's go. It just didn't even start. Like it was just like, oh yeah, that just happens sometimes. But like there's sometimes like a little girl run down the hallway. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. I forgot about her.
I think of the one where the woman is in the bed. The like
God, it's just so loud, man.
Because I
got
kid
me
you
4
not,
times
it
before
did
we
it
left
so
the room,
often,
man.
And it would get me every freaking time. It doesn't matter if you say, "Hey, Dylan," in 1 second, that's gonna happen. It would still get me every time.
It got me every time, dude. And I hated it. I was angry because it got me every single time.
I was
like, no, this
too.
shouldn't be happening every time, man.
I think me and you were like, angrily stomping around that room, like, God dang it.
Stop doing it, all right? Find another jump scare to do. But I think that's the only critique I could have is once I feel like if you're focusing more on the jump scare aspect of a game, you should have a much bigger variety of them and not reuse it so frequently. Like, if we play on that first map, it's almost a guarantee that chair is going to scoot into the closet.
Yeah.
Right. And I would say that it's not like that for all of them.
That's the thing. I don't know. And it's hard to say because we've only had real much experience on that first map.
Right. That's true.
So second and third ones, I couldn't tell you. The only jump scare I can really remember because it stuck in my head was the one with the baby dolls all over the wall.
Oh, I hated that.
Yeah, this happened. It's just
I think it's cool when the picture frames fall. Certain ghosts will throw things at you.
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff always felt at least pretty unique.
Yeah.
To me, but yeah, I know what you mean. Like if the chair moving, there's that one where there's the bed that moves.
Oh,
and you just know every now and then the bed's gonna move.
Yeah, you just know it's gonna happen at some point.
Small gripe.
Another thing, and I have this same complaint about Phasmophobia when I played it, that sometimes the evidence is just too goddamn hard to get.
Yeah.
Like, way too hard. Like, we will sit there for 15 minutes trying to get one piece of evidence, and we're like, all right, it can't be this. We've been trying to do this for 15 minutes. And then you get out of the freaking game, take a guess. It's like, oh, nope, you actually need the spirit box. It just wasn't going to talk for 15 minutes. I was like, what more do you want me to do?
Now he's playing hard to get, man. You lose.
He's a little shy today, so you're not going to get that evidence today. It's like, what else could I have done? Like, I don't know what else to do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Beyond that, I don't really have anything else.
I think we covered it for me. Is there anything else you have, Tyler, that you didn't like about the game?
Just a few things, aside from, what you both have said. One of them being the item descriptions. I wish, so you know how in some games, if you get like a new move or something, it will show you like a video of them doing that to like the enemy or something. I wish the item description did something like that because it's too short for what like you got one item. It says like my personal experience, the candle. It says the description of the item is provides light and helps with sanity. I'm like, sweet, it's a better flashlight and my sanity stays high or, dwindles less. Well, there's actually stuff to do with the candle and it doesn't tell you that. One of the optional objectives after you figure out the ghost is have the ghost blow out the candle.
Audience, what do you think?
You don't know if that's talking about the candle you're holding, because in the house there's candles. I mean,
right?
It's just like, okay, what
places.
do you do? So I actually had to look that up because there's not a clear specification of what that item does.
So my thought process on that too, before you get to the answer, and be thinking about what you're thinking about now, is I thought you just walk in with the candle, get in the room, say like, "Hey, can you blow out the candle? Hey, can you blow out the candle? Can you blow out the candle?" And just wait for it to do it. And be like, "All right, freaking blow out the candle, let's go."
Yeah,
but no.
And I think I brought up the other option of like, yeah, there's candles around. Maybe it's talking about those. Yeah. So we were all like, okay, it's got to be one of those two. And Tyler looks it up, and it's a third option.
Yeah,
we didn't consider this one.
Something we didn't even really think about. So, for you, the audience, just giving you a little, so you don't have to go searching for yourself. This game, you can drop your items, your gear. You have to do that with the candle. You have to do it in the room that has the highest ghost activity. You have to make sure your candle's lit. You drop it on the floor. If it glows green, that means I think it's a positive reading, so the ghost is there. And then it will or will not blow out the candle, and that would be your, second objective, optional objective. So you have to physically drop it from your inventory, which
never even think that one. I was like, it would definitely blow it out while it's in your hand. Everything else reacts when it's in your hand.
But again,
not everything else. Most things do.
Like the easel.
But again, that goes all the way back to the item description. The flashlight, I'm pretty sure probably just says provides light. This one says provides light and helps with sanity. Doesn't say anything with the ghost.
All I could say was put it on the ground for the ghost to blow out.
Yeah.
We'd be like, oh, okay, cool.
Those little video descriptions you're talking about would
perfect.
Help so much.
Like the ectoplasma.
Because that's what I'm getting at. The ectoplasm, I'm talking the first 5 rounds at least of us playing this game. I've carried the stupid little glass around.
No idea what you're looking for.
I'm looking around and I'm like, guys, I don't see any ectoplasm anywhere. I don't know what I'm looking for. I don't know if it's going to be a color. It doesn't tell you. But I eventually find a little glowing white spot like above a headboard on a bed, and I'm like, "That's freaking it."
Yep, it's the only thing that wasn't there before.
And you're like,
but it shouldn't have taken you just blindly trying to find something to know what to look for.
Because I think the setup for this game is, you guys are hired ghost investigators.
Mm-hmm.
You know what you're looking for. You know what you're doing. So to go into the game going, I don't know what ectoplasm looks like. Hope I find it in here.
Yeah, I mean, I was over here like, I guess it's white.
Yeah,
maybe it's purple.
Yeah. And that's one thing I really liked about the UV light is, it says it showcases like fingerprints and stuff. Okay, you know what to look, and the UV light, it's purple. So you know what to look for on that. You just don't know where. But the ectoplasma is like, there's nothing.
Says it's found.
It just says on the walls.
Well, it says found in a place of their dwelling or something.
Yeah, it says on the walls where they dwell. That's what.
And I'm
says.
Like, so anywhere.
So anywhere on the wall
near them.
Yep.
Just cool.
All right.
But yeah,
but again, we didn't know what it looked like,
though.
So it's kind of hard to like. Is it like a speck on the wall? Is it?
That one doesn't even have to be a video. It could be just a picture.
Picture what to look for. Like, hey, this is it. Be like,
little red arrow. Yeah, this. Look for this.
And then
it's a good
the
point.
second thing. And this is like an ever so small gripe, but this is one thing I do like about Phasmo was the pictures. Phasmo, if you take pictures in the game, you can see it after the hunt or whatever.
Yeah.
This one you can't. Yeah. So if you take a picture of like your dead co-worker, I mean, you don't see them afterwards. You don't see their dismangled body, or if you see something cool that nobody else does, you can't show it.
Or just a picture of the ghost.
Yeah.
And that could legit be fixed by putting like a photo album in your
that'd be so
room.
easy.
Yeah.
Put it on one of their 3 screens that they got.
Come on, developers.
I mean, put a 4 screen up
put it in there.
So
It's easy.
like I said, it's small grape, but those are the two things that just kind of stuck out to me that I'm like, if they were to tweak these, just be better.
Oh, I guess we should have said this like way earlier because we completely forgot to say this.
Price.
Demonologist is $14.99.
Yep.
Editor,
there you go.
put this at the beginning. Maybe. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Also, the lowest that it has been, because we care so much about is there any deal, and we go to them for just about every game we ever buy.
Yeah.
Including this one. The historical low is $9.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Where was that at?
And
Isthereanydeal.com.
No, where was the $9.99 at?
Is there any deal?
Okay, you don't know that. Got it.
It was.
I got it already. It was on Steam.
There you go.
gotcha. Well, that's awesome.
And it tracks a bunch of different storefronts, like a bunch of ones that you just like, what in the world are these places? But every single one we've used before is completely legit, completely safe. We've bought it there, and the Steam key pops up. We put it in. Boom, no problem. So
Yep.
And you can put it to where you want to email you if you want to notify yourself of any price drops or if it gets below a certain point. So pretty cool website.
And
use it.
And I've used that function a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Before. Especially when you have a game that's like, say it's like $40, and you're like,
I'll just wait.
I'd rather pay like $30.
Yeah.
And you can literally set it up. Say I want to know if it's from any of these platforms under this price. Email me, and those people got you.
It's just really easily done. It's so well done.
Yep. So now that we're done with that, we need to talk about something else.
The ratings.
And it's our discussion. Oh yeah, our ratings. We didn't need to talk about that. I almost skipped right over that.
How?
Yeah,
Sorry.
can I start?
Yeah, sure.
I think I'm at an 8.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Just because I feel like games don't scare me all that often. But although just for everyone's knowledge, I don't necessarily seek out horror games. Personally, I don't play like solo horror games. I enjoy these type of like multiplayer horror games.
Yeah.
But this is the first one that's like rattled me, like since probably Labyrinthine, I'd say.
Uh-huh.
So at that got a bump on the score, but I think 8.5 is where I'm at with it.
Nice. Now, I do like the horror games. I'm gonna give it an 8, solid 8. Not even like questioning between two numbers. For the gripes I've listed in the episode, please don't make me say them again. But I think one example of like a really good horror game, and like one I personally like cherished a lot, was Resident Evil 7.
Mm-hmm. That one was spooky.
That was just fantastic. Like just dread the entire time, and just always the feeling like something around the corner is going to get you, and something nastier and creepier is always there.
Ugh.
I love that. Oh, I love it so much. That is like my pinnacle, probably like 10 out of 10 type of horror game.
Yeah.
So, as I explained earlier, the repeated jump scares and stuff like that, like, oh, okay, I was expecting that. You start to learn. Once you like learn them, and Phasmo had the same problem. Once you like learn the mechanics of the game, that unknown, that mystery, it kind of
Big part of it
dwindles off. So you're like, okay, it's not as scary now because I know what I'm expecting now. Resident Evil 7 freaking pulled no punches. It just threw a new one at you every single time. You're like, holy crap. You've had plenty of time to play it. I'm spoiling it. Mama, when she does her thing, oh my gosh, you're like, I love this game. This is incredible. But anyways, if you want to know about Mama, look up Resident Evil 7 Mama Transformation. You'll know what I'm talking about. Bye.
Spooky.
All right, Tyler.
This game is a solid 9.5 for me. Just the few small things that I had to gripe about. I mean, if it improves upon those, absolutely 10 out of 10 game. I put this over Phasmo myself.
Nice. Fair enough.
I agree. I did enjoy it.
I don't know if I could put it over Phasmo. I don't know if I could put it over Phasmo. I think they're just neck and neck for me because I really do appreciate you. I appreciate Phasmo's ambiance and slower burning horror.
Yeah, I like them both in very different ways. Yeah. But if I was giving it to one, I think I'd give it to Demonologist.
I couldn't give it to one. I'm not going to, and you can't make me, Mom. Actually, I'll just do this.
7.
I'll say Phasmo. I'll say Resident Evil.
Not my bad.
I'll say Phasmo just that way. It doesn't matter what I say because it was going to be a majority anyways. So there you go.
Hey,
all right,
but we definitely recommend the game.
Yes,
obviously.
Very recommended. Anything else we want to talk about it?
I think
we're good.
It. All right, we're going to talk about
our
discussion question. Go play it. Tell us what you think. Oh, real quick before we do get in, I think this is a good talking point to get into if you've gotten this far. Join our Discord.
Absolutely.
We're gonna have a link put in the description of this episode. So click it. Should be everywhere. Should be. Oh my gosh, if it's not, I'm gonna sue somebody. And we do giveaways there. So if you just want free games and stuff like that, go and join and just talk to us and add us and say, I hate your stupid guts. That would be very mean. You probably will be banned.
Yeah, I don't like your voice. It's like, okay, we'll do improv voices.
Stop listening.
And our server even has a spot for you to submit games to us. Like,
correct.
Say, hey, maybe we should play this, and we absolutely might get around to like playing different ones, and we'd love to see what you have to offer, or you might have games that you're like, I know these guys would love this.
Yeah,
and we would absolutely adore that.
And you could submit outcry so we can ban you anyways.
Hope you like being
Tyler will unban
I will
you.
play with you. If you want to play outcry, I'll play with you.
He'll play that one level over and over
again.
Yes.
Again, yeah.
I'm not gonna help you, but I'll play with you.
That's a great transition.
And Vision R, if you don't know, go to this easy to remember website, www.budgetbitspodcast.com. That's got all the links to our socials. So you don't have to worry about clicking a link. Just go to that website, budgetbitspodcast.com. You can find all that there. So connect to our Discord, connect to our YouTube. See that we say we're going to post something and then not, because that's how we do it, baby.
Connect to our hearts.
Wow. And then you can ream us on YouTube. Like, come on, post something. You're going to post something.
Hold us accountable, because we need it.
Honestly, we need that, yeah.
This is not our main gig. This is a side hobby we like doing, so we need accountability.
We enjoy it. It's fun.
Yeah. So if we just don't want to do something, we'll just go, we don't want to do it. So we just don't. But we want to. Do we want to? I think we want to. I don't know. I'm confusing myself. Let's go on to the discussion question.
I like interacting with the people, so.
Okay. Discussion question it's not really a question, it's just point of discussion, I guess.
Yeah. And we kind of touched on it.
When are developers abusing the early access feature?
When they release a game for early access.
Well, no. No, Tyler.
That could be an opinion.
That's an abusive behavior.
It's an opinion.
Yeah, it's an opinion to say, like, you should never release an early access. You should release a fully fleshed out product and say, this is it. We'll continue updating it, but it's not guaranteed, basically.
And yeah, for me, even like the games we've played on this podcast are have such a great like representation of that, because we've had great examples of early access games like Gunfire Reborn, like I
think Labyrinthine was early access.
Labyrinthine was.
Yeah, we had Labyrinthine, we had Ember Knights, we had Gunfire. Those are three great examples for how early access should be, because they're released. It's a at least pretty full game
that has room for new stuff.
That has room for new stuff, and they release like a roadmap, and they answer on their roadmap.
You know what else is in early access still?
PUBG.
Phasmophobia.
Oh. How?
It still is. It's still in early access. Now it's close to the 1.0. It's in 0.9 update, but it's close. But
that's bizarre
wild. Yeah.
Isn't it wacky? But the thing is, when we played it,
right?
I still. What did I put? 38 hours I've put into it. Almost 40 hours I put into it. That I can sit back and say I got my money's worth out of it.
Yeah, for sure. But then we have games that we've played that early access was absolutely abused.
Stormancer.
Slormancer being probably one of the worst.
That was bad.
I would put Outcry.
I'm putting Outcry in there.
Screw
you, Tyler.
In this category.
I don't disagree with you.
Sorry, I know you're a fanboy.
I think it could be. I think now.
Got stocks in Outcry.
I think the game could be good, but it was not ready. It was not ready for the title early access. Yeah. That game's not.
That's a demo.
Game, in my opinion. Yeah, it's a demo for sure. It is a demo.
If it was a demo, we probably wouldn't even mention Outcry and saying like, "Oh yeah, that's gonna be a good game."
Yeah, you spend money on that's a demo. Feature, but that's a feature in Steam. Like you can release just a demo, and that's how I think people get a little money hungry.
I've put games on my that's right. I put games on my wish list because someone has released a demo that was not available yet. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to play that because the demo. Right. Do you know how many times I would turn away and look at it and go, "Oh, they're charging $6 for me to play this level"?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm not doing that.
Right. And I had another one in my head that was Boom in early access? I think so.
Yeah, it's still. I'll confirm, but I think so.
I can't remember.
But apparently that one may have gotten from what you guys were saying. So that's cool.
We may have
again. It was busted in the beginning and shouldn't have
been
had
there.
The title.
It was
early
basically
access.
Broken when we were playing it.
Yeah.
Like we. I mean, you broke the game.
You broke the
Tyler.
game
you were just being chased in the front yard, and you're just like, "Go ahead."
Yep.
She's out here with
you all do your thing. I got this.
Yeah, we're mowing the lawn out here. You guys take care of the objectives.
But apparently, when we played it, and this is a while back, when we played Boom In, it was at the peak of its worst, I guess. Is the
that's a good way to put it.
Like, it was getting the most negative reviews at that time. Yeah. And since then, it has only went up in positive reviews and down in negative reviews.
You're welcome.
So, pretty good time. I think our podcast...
I think we got to them. I'm just saying.
May have changed it up a little bit. But
maybe we forced their hands to
They're
fix
like,
it.
oh, crap.
No, I am thinking about that. Someone said that. PUBG, is that still in?
All I know is it was for years.
It was for years.
I don't know if it still is.
Okay, it's not. It's not in early access anymore. It does have 2.2 million reviews. That's impressive.
Wow.
Basketball had 500,000.
I think what we're explaining, though, is that early access is just such a... it's such a 50-50 of whether it'll be like a good game at its beginning or an absolutely busted game that's not really a game yet.
Yeah.
I don't know if like the developers, publishers kind of look at it as almost like a cop-out. Like, oh, it's bad and buggy because of its early access. Yeah, like it's easier to just throw that on there and just use that as your downfall.
I think that's why they say, oh, it's early access, so you can't really complain about it. And I think a lot of like people like criticizing games will use that like a crutch. They'll say, oh, it's early access, they're going to fix all that. Oh,
they're just hiding behind a shield that they like put it out there saying early access, but give me money.
Yeah. Play our prototype.
Yeah, exactly. And they're asking for feedback and stuff too. So you're like helping them, and that's awesome, but it's only as awesome as if you are enjoying the game that you purchased.
Exactly.
And if for some reason the guy or company that made Outcry messages us and is like, hey, can you all not say negative? I'm selling out. I'm saying that's the best game ever made. Like, you sign my check, sir.
Okay.
I will get everybody on board with it.
And hopefully he does, because like he does have a good idea of a game.
But until then, we budget boys. We stick it to you true.
I think Justin looked it up. It was like a guy in school.
He was in school.
Who's taking a break.
Yeah.
So like that's a disclaimer. Like I don't want to dunk too hard on it, but at the same time,
don't release it yet.
Don't charge money for it.
Yeah.
Just wait. Don't release it. Like
make it the best it can be, or close to.
Yeah, and then like you're just gonna get better results. I think.
I think when you could say a game is in early access is when you can put it out there. Obviously, you can charge a lower amount of money than you would typically charge for a full price, and say if you, as a player, can play the game, play it all the way through to completion, and say, I got my money's worth out of it, it can be an early access.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you could put the early access title on it.
Like,
you don't have to say, wow, that was a phenomenal game. That was so beautiful. Everything was great. At the end of it, I want to say, I got my money's worth out of it. $7 for an hour and a half is not getting my money's worth out of it.
Like, for instance, even like on a AAA level, Baldur's Gate 3, I bought day one early access, which was like 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah. $60 early access game, mind you. I knew I would really like it. I was very invested. I got like 30, 35 hours out of like just getting to level 5.
Yeah, that's your money's worth, for sure.
And I got my money's worth. I got to see how great this game was going to be, like, early.
Yeah.
And yeah, they took their time with it. They kept it in early access and said, hey, it's not finished. We're adding all kinds of stuff. And now we have a Game of the Year contender for sure on our hands, which is...
It's going to be Game of the Year. That's calling out all day. It's going to be Game of the Year.
I think so, too. We should absolutely do a Game of the Year episode.
Yep.
Oh, and
let me put this in perspective, too. So Alcarai cost, what do we say, $7.99? I think that's what it was.
Something like that.
Full price. How much do you think One Shot cost? And if you've heard us talk about One Shot, you know how much we love this one.
It's phenomenal, and it's only, I think it's like $5.
I thought it was $12.99.
That's what it is on sale.
That's what it is on sale.
It's $5.99 right now on sale, so it's probably what you might be thinking about.
Is it $12.99?
Maybe.
Full price, it's $10.
Oh.
So you paying $10 for this or $7 for Alcarai?
Yeah.
Very different things.
Yeah. I put 5 hours into One Shot. I know, even if I did spend $10, I'd say well worth it.
And you spent 30 of those minutes pacing around your room.
Yeah, I know. I was questioning my existence on why am I feeling these emotions?
Why do I even play games?
Why do I play games? I don't want to finish this game. Stuff like that. Just the usual stuff.
I want to say one of the better games that released in early access was Ember Knights, just because for the sole fact that, okay, that's my biggest thing. If you're going to do early access, instead of doing what the guy did for Alcaraz, saying, I'm in school, I'm taking a little break, whatever, if you was to say, hey, this is early access because we have big plans, we have a vision of where we're going. And Ember Knights did that, but they also interacted with the player base. So it was almost like, if not once, twice a month, it was saying, okay, this is the changes we've made because you all have said this item is too easy, or we added more items. I mean, they added a butt ton of stuff before it even fully released. If it even is fully released yet, I don't even know.
Yeah, to me, that I agree. I think that was one of the absolute best examples.
Dude, they did so good.
It was, I want to say it was that company's like first game.
Yeah.
It went into early access. They said, here's the roadmap. Here's what we plan to do. Follow us. They went even quicker than the roadmap.
Nice.
And as they went, like, they released the hammer, which people were saying, hey, I like the hammer, but it's just going a little bit too slow. Like, I get hit by like little tiny things. Like, it's just not a useful thing. And they within like nothing, they instantly did a hot fix to fix it and added just constantly adding something. Like, me and Tyler played it quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
And like, it's like every time we got on to play, there was something new and engaging that they were doing.
Yeah. And just like their update tabs, they made it super easy to, like, they didn't just say, hey, we updated a few things here and there. They put little fire emblems beside specific things. So if you said like an item was too powerful or something, if you just go look at their updates, they have a little fire emblem beside it saying, this is what we changed. So they made it super easy to interact with them. They actually listened to the player base. They made it easy to read updates, easy feedback. I mean, it's just, they did a phenomenal job.
Yeah, like I got really excited when they would release a weapon.
Yes.
And they did a great job of, like, I hope that, I don't know how popular that game is now, but I hope that they had a lot of success from it. They deserve it.
See, they don't. That's the thing. They don't even have that many reviews for it. Is what's crazy to me. They don't even have they have 3,200 reviews.
Yeah,
that's so crazy because it's such a good game.
I'll say this real quick because I was doing research while you were talking about it because y'all played Evernights a lot more than I did.
Mm-hmm.
Alcaraz update history. They released the game to play on March. They posted an update for version 0.1.2 March 16th. Then March 26th they updated it, and then June 17th they updated it. So what is that? March, April, May, June. So 3 months.
That's too long.
That was the last update.
Yeah, and we're at the end of 2030. So
yeah, and there's one comment on that last update that says, "So no new levels anymore. Game is dead?" ? And that's it. No response. Okay, might answer our question.
Yeah.
So take it off the store if it's dead, huh? Since you're not gonna update it.
I mean, yeah.
Just do stolen assets.
Unless
get it taken down.
Unless something. Yeah, just do only up route.
That's the easiest way to get it taken down. Just throw freaking.
Yeah, they'll take it down for free.
Throw Stranger Things in there.
There you go.
I think we're out of talking points now. We're just talking about stupid stuff.
We're just.
Now. All right.
Yeah, but hey, it was fun.
Yeah.
Good catching up with you guys on this stuff.
I love you guys so much.
Mwah.
Visit our socials, BudgetBitsPodcast.com. We love you.
Yeah. And join our server.
Yeah, do it.
Please.
You get free stuff.
Yeah, it's growing, and we have a lot of fun, and we give stuff away. So
and we kiss
I'm serious.
every new member right on the lips. So
yeah, when we send a sticker waving at you, just know we are kissing you on your
full
forehead.
tongue.
We're kissing our phone.
We're
kissing our phone, and
Mwah.
you just got to put your lips up to the phone or desktop, whatever you're on, and you'll receive it. So that's a legal binding contract. You can't sue me if you don't receive that.
And actually, our server our server is actually in early access, so you can't complain about it either.
Yeah. So
This
if you don't
whole
like something,
podcast
shut up.
It's crazy.
Shut up.
This whole podcast is early access.
Send us a private message, and we'll ignore you and then block you. So,
But seriously, interact with us.
You're right. This whole
Talk
podcast
to
is
us.
early access.
You're right. I think my whole life's been in early access.
Bro, we're all in early access, bro.
We're not
learning,
gonna
dude.
ask for
We're all just brains in a jar on the back of a turtle on an iceberg.
Let's go, dude.
we give you all free games if you want to, just give back. Just boost the server. We're not gonna ask for money, but like if you wanted to send a little nitro that way, that's cool.
And subscribe to our Patreon, and we have an OnlyFans.
Stop.
It's called Budget Feet.
I will send a picture
Only
of
bits.
one of my toes for a
Only
small
bits.
interaction.
1 toe per dollar.
1 toe $1. 1 toe per boost.
Yeah, we'll stick our feet in a whole jar of peanut butter for $15. That's how easy it is. Wow, we went off the rails here. Can we let's end it.
Yeah, we need to. Let's
I love you.
let's end this before it gets worse.
Mwah.
Mwah. I don't know what happened, guys. We were doing so good, and then just absolutely tailspun. Dang it.